What's going on, y'all? It's A&J. We're here. We're live. I'm right here with you. We're actually on the verge of kickoff right now. So, yeah, definitely be right here with y'all here in just a moment, just trying to get things straightened out. But either way, looking forward to getting with y'all here in a minute. See y'all in a bit. Or just bear with me for a bit, and I'll be right with y'all here. Okay, back. Hey, man. See, I can't even unmute the mic properly. Anyway, what up, y'all? We're here and we're live. Looks like we're already going to work and we're doing pretty good. Got a pretty strong defensive stop on the first Chargers drive. Of course, Chargers got the ball first. 3rd and 6 right now. And Bo almost got someone to jump. That's crazy. Wow. And they're highlighting some matchup they got to the left. Snap is off. He actually hits the slot, and that's going to be Pat Bryant who picks up the first down and a bit more. Anyway, what's going on, y'all? How y'all doing today? Hopefully everything's well. Happy New Year, by the way. And, of course, we in 2026 now. So, yeah. Not really sure what else to say other than that, but, you know, actually a lovely day out here in Denver today so far. Can't really complain about that. And, of course, I'm sure that's evident with the way things look over here at the game. But, nonetheless, we got 1st and 10. Ball is on the Denver 40, or 39, excuse me. Bo's rolling out. And he's going to get the first down with his legs and a little bit more. Gets to about midfield. Wow, actually, I think he's at the Chargers 40. Wow. Broncos off to a resoundingly strong start. This is every bit of what I think we've been waiting to see. Especially the last few weeks. I mean, this is really awesome right now. Okay, yeah, he gets actually to about the Chargers 39, I think. But either way, hell of a scramble right there. Fantastic stuff. Man, but what's going on with y'all? How's y'all New Year's been? Hand off to McLaughlin. He actually picks up about 6 or 7 yards. But, yeah, how's y'all's New Year been so far? I gotta say, mine's been interesting. Hopefully, I'm coming off well-rested as far as y'all can tell. But, yeah, it's actually been, it's been pretty interesting, I gotta say. I feel as if I am, I don't know if I'm the best I've been in a long time, but it certainly is starting to trend that direction. Either way, 2nd and 3, Broncos with the ball at the 32 of the Chargers. Single back formation, and the handoff actually pitch is going to be to RJ. He's making moves, gets the first down and a little bit more. And I feel like that's something I've loved seeing with RJ, is he's been getting better working between the tackles. I just can't say enough about that, and that's huge. We got an update where Buffalo has just gone up 7-0 on the Jets in their last game in their stadium. They're going to go into the new one starting in the fall, well, late summer, fall of 2026. Either way, 1st and 10, Broncos with the ball on the 26, 27. Draw to RJ, and he's going to pick up the first down, and man, he's actually fighting to get a little bit more. I think he might have gotten an additional yard out of that. RJ, say what you will, he's coming through with some strong power running. To me, what we just saw right there, that's power running. I mean, look at that. Right up the gut. And look at that. Got 2 tacklers. He's taking them all on. They're all piling up. And he's not moving back even in the slightest. If that's not power football, I don't know what is. But regardless, 1st and 10, Broncos on the Chargers 16. And Bo hands off out of shotgun to Jaleel. He's actually picking up about the first down, yeah. So he's going to get the first down. It's going to be 1st and goal. Broncos are moving the ball as effectively as I've seen in the last few weeks. I mean, if this had been anything like what we're seeing, or what we had, or if it had been anything like what we're seeing now against even the Jags, you know, that I feel like is a win. I feel like the Chiefs get blown out on Christmas. I mean, it drives me nuts that this is not something we're seeing as consistently as we should be. But either way, it's good to see how strong it's starting off right now. I formation, 1st and goal on the 6. Handoff looks to be RJ, but he's stuffed. Looks like he gets about a yard, but not much more than that. Wax is on the stop. Not really sure if I've ever heard of that guy, but hell of a name. Hopefully, for his sake, he doesn't end up getting waxed, but that's neither here nor there. We'll see how all that goes. Second and goal, ball at about the 5. Excuse me. Wow, it's empty backfield. Bo making adjustments on the line. And he actually dumps it off quick. I think that's RJ, yeah. Either, oh no, that's Pat Bryant. He picks up a couple yards, but there's a Charger down. I didn't really catch who that was. That's Adoree Jackson. Wow. Or not Adoree Jackson. Damn. I don't know, but either way, he's one of the more... Well, he's obviously important for the Chargers because they're really thin in the secondary as it is, but... gosh, what is this kid's name? Let me look at that real quick. But either way, he's down. We got the injury timeout. Let me see here. I guess that's not the way I'm going to see that. Nonetheless. Trying to see if I can get this kid's actual name. I swear I got to do better with this as far as all this information is concerned in terms of players and all that. But actually, go to depth chart. I think that'll work a little better. Anyway, okay, Dante Jackson. I don't know how I messed that up. Yeah, he's actually the starting left corner, so yeah, him going down isn't particularly good for the Chargers today or even going into the playoffs. They're already sitting Elijah Molden and Derwin James, which I kind of expected that. Looks like Khalil Mack's playing, though. That's going to be interesting. I don't expect him to be in for the whole game, but either way, yeah, Marlo Wax was the name of the Charger that got the tackle on that previous play, but nonetheless, I feel as if, you know, the injury bug has hit the Chargers as hard as anyone I've seen, certainly in quite some time, but man, certainly hate to see that if you're a Chargers fan all the same. But I gotta say, it's really not good because I just realized this is a rather lengthy timeout we got going here. Excuse me. Don't mind me. I'm about to mess around with some things because stuff just occurred to me. We'll just say that. Nonetheless, we're back from the commercial break. Broncos 3rd and goal on the 3-yard line. Dump off looks to be nope, that's Tyler Bidet, and he doesn't really go much anywhere. He actually loses a couple yards. So I guess the Broncos are going to be held to 3 here. That's actually rather disappointing, given how strong the drive started off. But I gotta believe that timeout kind of killed a little bit of the momentum that we had because there was a lot of pace, a lot of tempo that was going there, and unfortunately, that's actually been quelled a bit. But nonetheless, let's see. Try a couple of things here because I just realized these are my other skull candies. Forgot I had these. Broncos get the field goal, of course. 5:06 left in the first quarter, and I want to point out very quickly that's very important because of the fact that, if we're being honest, But yeah, I wanted to point that out specifically because I've been saying a lot recently how important time of possession is for the Broncos, and they've really been strong about that in recent games, especially on Christmas, where they actually outpossessed the Chiefs literally 2-1 in terms of total time of possession. I mean, it just was just crazy to see, even when you want to consider injuries and all that sort of thing. But yeah, pretty wild stuff to think about. Let me see, I'm just trying something out here, bear with me a bit. That's very interesting. So that's not interesting. Alright. Well, that's going to work a little differently than I thought. Bear with me just a moment. I'm still right here, but nonetheless. Of course, we're still in the midst of a commercial break right now. And needless to say, actually, I don't even know why I did that so much. Set those aside. So I want to test that out. Either way, Broncos about to kick off, and again, bear with me, I'm just moving some stuff around of sorts, so I'm going to go out of frame for a sec here. Whoa, where'd that shit go? Alright, sorry about that. We're back. 1st and 10, Chargers with the ball on their 35. And handoff, I can't really see who that is. I'm not sure who was actually active for today for the Chargers. Of course, as you saw when I pointed out the video, there were an awful lot of dudes that are questionable. Patterson, I'm not really sure who that is entirely, but either way, yeah, Chargers going with a lot of second, third, probably even fourth stringers for that matter. It's actually crazy to think about, but either way, 2nd and 8, as the carry was for a couple of yards. And they actually go, I think that's Patterson again, looks to pick up an additional few more yards. Let's see. There we go. Alright, somehow we're onto something that's not great, but for right now, I'll take it. I'm not going to complain. Just make the most of what we can get, but either way, 3rd and 5. Wow. Love the way these want to fit into my ear all awkward like, but either way, 3rd and 5, pressure's coming. Interception! Interception! I think that's McMillan. Yeah, that's Jaquan McMillan who's going to pick 6 it. Broncos with a quick pick 6 touchdown. Let's go! Jaquan McMillan. And he really didn't even go far. Oh, Surtain ooped it for him! Surtain ooped it for him on the celebration. I mean, you can't find him if he doesn't exactly dunk it on the crossbar, but I love that. That is so dope. Wow. Lance was actually looking for his check down. He couldn't hold on. It bounced perfectly into Jaquan's hands, and he just goes just about untouched for 6. Hell of a play. Huge for the Broncos defense. We've been needing that, and that's huge, especially because turnover margin is not very good for the Broncos. Certainly not this season. Wow. That's incredible. Yeah. Yeah, and they got Luda with the number 1 spot. You damn right we taking that number 1 spot today, baby. Let's go. Oh my God, that is amazing. And the fact that it's such an early pick 6 just says an awful lot. Hopefully we're able to do at least a few more of those in this game. Man, wow, what a play. What a fucking play. Anywho. Oh, wow. Let's do this real quick. I can't resend this. Let's just do it that way. That's right. All right. That's all right. We're coming back from commercial break. Okay, tell. Anyway, Chargers going to get another go of it here as they're coming off of the pick 6, which, man, I gotta say that's just amazing. 1st and 10, 3:36 left in the first quarter, by the way, but regardless. Lance is in pistol with strong eye, I believe, no weak eye. And he hands off to Patterson. Oh my God, he actually wound up getting a rather strong first down. Picked up a couple of extra yards. But, yeah, you got to figure they're going to try to respond off of that. I mean, they don't want to go down too heavy because, I mean, clearly they want to keep it competitive, but yeah. Sorry, I'm just texting my cousin back real quick. Nonetheless, 1st and 10 on the Chargers 42. When they actually lose a couple yards, they might have been moved back to the 40. Alright, so I'm thinking this has got to be 2nd and 12 here. No, 2nd and 10. I guess he didn't lose any yards. Ball is still on the Charger 30. Yeah, 42 actually. And wow, Lance is actually taking a shot, but he overshoots it. Wow. Patriots up 14-0. Yeah, Broncos definitely better win today. Oh, wow, I forgot about that. Yeah, the Broncos did bench a lot of their starters, including Devon Achane. It's gonna be hard to imagine the Patriots lose that. So yeah, Broncos definitely have to win here. Lance going deep again, but overshoots everybody. At least 3 Broncos are there. Interesting decision on that one. I don't know how that was going to end any differently than the last drive, but nonetheless, it ends regardless because it's now 4th and 10 with 2 minutes 4 seconds left in the first quarter. So everything pretty much going, I guess you could say, somewhat to expectation. Certainly what we were hoping to see more of. I mean, I guess we could leave all that up for interpretation regardless, but I feel as if this is the kind of start that, had this been what we've seen, not only against Jacksonville, that obviously would be a win, but of course with the Kansas City game on Christmas, there's just no way that doesn't end up a blowout. But that's just me on that one. I can't help but feel as if that is very much the case. But it looks like we're going to be going to a quick commercial break, so I'll go ahead, be right back here in just a moment, and see y'all in a few. Get that right. I'm sure that's updated. Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Oh shit. I didn't even see that. Skiz. Damn. My fault, Skiz. All right, we're back. Broncos about to receive the punt. Oh, actually, they did receive the punt. They've got the ball. They are on their own 20 right now. It's 1st and 10. And Bo rolling out. He's actually going to look to pick up a couple of yards of his own. So, going to be 2nd and 7 here. Little bit of a small scramble there for him there. I think I put the wrong earbud in because I'm not hearing what I should be right now. It's kind of wild, but anyway. Yep, definitely got to get that number 1 seed. Very, very important to do that here. And all right. But yes, kids, we doing pretty good so far. I'm loving the start that we're off to. 2nd and 8 on the 23. Handoff is the... Oh, no. Bo actually keeps it and picks up a few yards. Wow. Nifty play on the read option there. It's going to be 3rd down and 5 with a minute and counting left in the quarter. Oh, wow. That's not a good thing at all. Forsyth is down with an apparent ankle injury. Hopefully he just goes and gets that retaped and is able to come back in. Forsyth has been really, really good the last few weeks, so... Or at least he was really good in the game against Kansas. I think it's been... I don't know. Yeah, I think it was last week against Kansas City on Christmas. He was really good in that game, especially, with McGovern, or not McGovern, but Wattenberg. I don't know why I thought about Connor McGovern. I'm pretty sure he's with the Bills or Jets. I'm not real sure. Either way, yeah, Forsyth stepped up really well, filling in for Wattenberg, especially last week, which I felt was huge because, as I said then, that's really important because of the fact that, he was the one that gave up that blocked field goal against the Chiefs last year in Arrowhead. So he certainly redeemed himself where that was concerned. And seeing this happen right now is definitely not a welcome sight because, we're definitely going to need him, even though there's a good chance that so long as the Broncos make it to the conference title game, we'll have Wattenberg ready. But between now and then, the good news is we did get Sam Mustipher off of the Chargers practice squad, and he's a very experienced center on top of already being familiar with the Broncos system. So that's good, but it would be good to have Forsyth there as well because, as long as Wattenberg's going to be out, I think having both guys available is going to be very important, especially for that first game. Again, so long as the Broncos win and hold on to the number 1 seed, which comes with the first round bye. Wow, Dante Jackson is now questionable with the ankle injury. That's not good for the Chargers at all. Wow. Okay. Well, Mustipher's firmly in there, so we're going to see how this works out. 3rd and 5. Broncos on their own 25 right now. All right, snap is off. Bo overthrows Sutton, and it's going to be 4th and 5. So this works out as a bit of a quick 3 and out, which is rather disappointing to see. But again, I think it just goes to show you can't really fault Bo on that one. Of course, you'd like to have the throw be a little bit better timed and just not so overthrown. But either way, I feel like that's just something that kind of has been a thing for disrupting the Broncos' rhythm. I mean, truth be told, when they move with tempo or not necessarily in a no huddle offense, but similar to what Peyton Manning used to do, just calling plays at the line, making the adjustments that he does. Bo's actually got some of that to him. I don't know that he necessarily does it quite to the same extent yet, but he's been getting better and better with that as the weeks have passed. But yeah, just given the way that the first offensive drive ended, that was based on an injury timeout. And of course, the Broncos weren't able to get into the end zone. I'm not really sure about the play call, and that's something that's been said about play calling throughout the season, but nonetheless, Chargers are going to start their drive on their own 21, and pressure's getting there, and Lance is going to have to throw it away. He actually did roll out a bit, but he wasn't able to find anything. I do got to say, given that all this is the case and we haven't had to bring it up yet, seems as if as of now, at least for now, PJ Locke is actually doing a pretty good job. So whatever it is adjustment-wise that Vance Joseph has had to make, at least in this particular case, it's working. My thing to that is that I'm a little bit concerned in the sense that I'm not sure that, just being honest, Patterson actually gets a strong run for about, I'm thinking that's about 9 yards. He was pretty close to the first down. But anyway, what I was wanting to say is it's a little concerning because, yeah, this is good. We're seeing what Locke is doing against, second teamers, reserves, and so forth, as we're now at the end of the first quarter. And of course, the Broncos will take a 10-0 lead into the second. But my biggest concern is that with Brandon Jones out, you don't have a true center fielder. I feel like, again, and I've said this many times, if you're not going to bring back a Justin Simmons, I'd like to see more of Devon Key, maybe even J.L. Skinner for that matter. I was actually talking with my uncle about it the other day. What would be really incredible is if Hufanga actually had the adequate enough coverage skills, which in a lot of ways he does, but he's just way too damn inconsistent for my liking. But with what PJ Locke does, I just feel as if it's better suited for him to be more in the box as a box safety, Again, if Hufanga had more of the coverage skills, maybe you could play him deep in place of Brandon Jones. And if it's not Devon, let it be Locke or even JL get the start there at strong. But unfortunately, that's not the way that it works out for the Broncos. But, I mean, again, even given that it's not the Chargers' first team, the job seems to be getting done at this point. So I guess I won't complain as much as a result, but just me personally, and even with going into the playoffs, I don't know. But I guess we'll see how all that works out. I mean, any and everything is possible when it comes to how the secondary is going to wind up looking here, especially as the playoffs start. But we're now going into the second quarter here. Get this back up. Wow, okay. 3rd and 1. Chargers look to run it, but it doesn't look like they get anything on it. Yeah, it's going to be 4th and 1. So let's see what winds up happening here. Do the Chargers go for it, or are they going to punt? Okay, I guess the punting unit's coming out, at least according to Tony Romo. Love seeing Justin Stranad out there, of course. That's going to be very important, especially because Drake Greenlaw, I imagine, is sitting this one out with a hamstring. And given that we've got mostly second-teamers out there, I find that a little bit more understandable. But either way, punt is off. Mims is back to receive. He's signaling for the fair catch. So the Broncos will start their drive on their next drive on their own 16, as there's 14-11 in the half. But yeah, let's see if the Broncos don't get back to controlling the clock, moving the ball more effectively like they did on that first drive. As I feel as if as long as they're able to do that and there's no injury timeouts, there should be no reason to see a Broncos touchdown upcoming here. But we'll find out about that here in a second. Gotta point out, I love the way that the Broncos have been undefeated in the throwbacks, and they're looking every bit as sharp today. And interestingly enough, all of the home division games were played in the throwbacks, so this has to be a good omen because all of those were wins. Not to mention the fact they're just undefeated period in the throwbacks. But either way, 1st and 10, Broncos got the ball on the 16. Got a bit of a weak eye formation going. Mims motioning over to the left. And the pitch is to Harvey, but he's not going to pick up a whole lot. He might not have gained anything at all. My thing to that is if you're going to go up the gut, I would have just a straight handoff rather than him toss it the way that he just did there. I feel like getting the pitch or the toss needs to go more to the outside, and especially if there's open space, that's just gonna be that much better for the Broncos to be able to cook the Chargers defense. But either way, 2nd and 10, handoff again to Harvey. He's gonna lose yards this time, and it's thrown down to the 10 by Troy Dye. Not what you want to see right now. Going to be 3rd and long deep in Denver territory, so hopefully this is something that they're actually able to correct here. But either way, going to be 3rd and long on the 10. I'm thinking 3rd and 16 to be more specific. Oh no, 3rd and 13. Somehow that's only on the 13. Dump off is actually to no, that's Tyler Bidet, and he's going to pick up the first down a little bit more. All right. Now, if you're going to go to Tyler Bidet, that's about how you want to do that. Quick screens. I don't know about the way they went about that in the red zone on that first drive, but this I'll definitely take. And of course the blocking was really good on that, so he was able to break open on that. Now, I mentioned in the video, and I got to check back on this because I realized the microphone might have been muted here, but either way, I think Forsyth is back out there. Yeah, he is. I just saw him, although it didn't really help because Nix is sacked. There's Phillips, and there was one other Charger that was there. But either way, it's going to be 2nd and long here. But what I was wanting to say here is, you know, I feel as if certain play calling decisions is just kind of wild from Peyton. And it still seems as if he's experimenting with a lot of stuff. But either way, 2nd and 15. Bo actually dumps it off to Harvey, but he doesn't hold on. It's an incomplete pass. Wow. 3rd and 15. Let me see. Anyway, 3rd and 15. Bowen shotgun. I imagine that's Bidet right next to him. No, it's actually Adam Prentice. And he actually dumps it off, gets it to Ingram, and he actually gets past the original line of scrimmage. It's going to be 4th and 8. A little bit disappointing to have this drive in as abruptly as it is, but the Broncos are going to punt. Would have liked to have seen that go a little bit better. I feel like the offense should be running a lot smoother. Again, it feels like Peyton's just experimenting with shit, and I'm not a huge fan of that. Anyway, Crawshaw back to punt, 4th and 8. 10:40 and counting in a half. And the punt is off. It looks like a good one. And return is only going to get to about the Charger 27. So, wow. Score still 10-0. I'm going to go ahead, step away for a little bit, and be right back. Alright, we're back. There still seems to be a commercial break, but as you can tell, I mean, there's actually been some sort of progress here. I don't know what's up with that. I gotta get that figured out, but either way. Anyway, 1st and 10, Chargers on their 27, and of course, handoff looks to be Patterson, and he gets to about the 31. Yeah, see, as you see there, it's 3rd and 6, but I only just saw the first snap. This is pretty much what you get with Paramount, apparently. I don't know if I'm keeping up with wherever you guys are at, but nonetheless. Wow, first 4 possessions. Punt, interception, punt, punt. Yeah, not a whole lot happening for Trey Lance here. Either way, 2nd and 6 on the 31. And a Bronco gets there, and that forces him to overshoot Surtan's in the area. I think that was Zach Allen that got to him. So yeah, it's going to be 3rd and 6. See, and apparently, man. Anyway, I'll just try to work with it as it is. Either way, 3rd and 6 here. 1 for 8 with only 6 yards, and of course that pick 6 from Jaquan McMillan. Snap is off, and he actually finds someone, and they get to about midfield. That's actually Oronde Gadsden, I believe. Yeah. Oronde Gadsden, son of Dolphin tight end Oronde Gadsden Sr., and of course, rookie out of Syracuse. But man, this was actually someone I was hoping we would have picked up in the draft, and pretty good reason why. And that's kind of, oh wow, now Luck is, see, that's what I was worried about. Not only did Luck not keep up on that coverage, but now he's down with an injury. 1st and 10, 9 minutes and counting and a half, and pressure is getting there. Benito's gonna bring him down with a little bit of help. I think that was Zach Allen that was there. Yeah, that's Zach Allen. DJ Jones also in the area. Broncos with a sack. 2nd and 22 coming up. Let's go. Man, I've been waiting to see when we were going to see that again. An actual Nick Benito sack. Even though he's actually going to share that with Zach Allen. I'll take that. I will absolutely take that right now. Man, where has that been all of our lives? 2nd and 22 right now. Trey Lance in the secondary. I believe that's Patterson in the backfield with him. Snap is off. And he actually gets it to Davis, and Moss actually stops him. He's only able to gain about 7 yards. It'll be 3rd and 15 on the Chargers 43. And chances are, if you're seeing this right now, the scoreboard that you're seeing on the screen here is probably further along than what I'm seeing. But again, I'm watching Paramount through Amazon. This is pretty much as good as it's getting right now. Nonetheless, 3rd and 16. And he dumps it off. That's Patterson, but he's only going to pick up about a few yards. And, of course, the Chargers are going to have to punt. Yeah, I mean, those injuries on that Chargers offensive line, they're starting to take effect right now, and in a bit of a way that I'm not going to lie, I'm certainly happy to see. Chargers fans, my apologies to you. Certainly to you too, Darren, but you know, it is what it is. But either way, Chargers back to punt. Let's see if I've had anything pulling here. I guess I might have. Okay, what up, my biggest? Hopefully you're still here, but either way, 10-0 Denver as Broncos are going to take over, and they're going to be on their own 14. So, I will say, I honestly am pleased at the fact that the Broncos defense is looking as good as it does right now. Again, it is a lot of second-teamers out there, and of course a decimated offensive line, but just for the fact that we really need this win, especially given the fact that I'm pretty sure the Patriots are going to flood the Dolphins pretty much to death, I don't know. It's just going to be hard to imagine, you know, a scenario where the Broncos can ill afford to have any major mistakes, and they certainly don't want to let the Chargers keep it close. So hopefully at some point we start getting to where we start seeing more of a pull-away work, and maybe even get to where we start seeing second-teamers led by Jared Stidham taking the field. But either way, really good to see where we're at right now. Hopefully it can actually pick up offensively a little bit more, but we'll see how all that unfolds. And with that in mind, wow, yeah, like I said, we're progressing in the game, but I don't know if you're able to notice it. But yeah, I'm still waiting for the commercial break to end. I don't know where y'all are at, but yeah, this is what I'm dealing with. And it's really, really wild. So if y'all are ahead of me, just bear with me. I'm trying to keep up. Man, it's kind of wild. It's actually kind of wild, I gotta say. Anyway, we're back now, at least, as far as I can tell. Oh, man. Either way. Oh, man. And I just realized Jim Nantz and Tony Romo are calling this game. That's kind of wild. Alright, 1st and 10. I mean, we're a little further along than this, but Mims gets a quick dump off, picks up about a handful of yards. So it'll be 2nd and 7 here. Man. Wow. 6 of the 8 times Denver was the #1 seed, they went to the Super Bowl. Definitely need that to ring true. So we gotta win this. Alright, 2nd and 7, hand off to RJ, and he picks up a couple of yards. It's going to be 3rd and 5. Maybe 3rd and 4, I guess. Oh, damn it, Bowles is down. Just as I was talking about the decimated offensive line of the Chargers, his helmet's even... Oh, no, somebody's helmet was off. But Bowles is laying flat on the ground right now. Oh, we don't need this. Fortunately, Frank Crum is a hell of a player, and I believe him to be the heir apparent to Garrett Bowles. We're about to see that in full effect here in a moment. Injury timeout, of course, but wow. Unbelievable. I mean, of all the times that we got to deal with injuries, I don't think this is one of them. Like, this could not have... This is not good to see. Hopefully it's nothing major. But, again, we don't need any injuries right now. We've actually kept a lot of guys healthy. I know we're still missing guys. Again, Wattenberg is out in the IR. And as long as the Broncos get to the conference title game, he'll actually be available. And Forsyth went out earlier with what looked like an ankle, but he was able to come back. Again, I like Frank Crum an awful lot. I do believe him to be the heir apparent to Garrett Bowles. Maybe even to Mike McGlinchey as well. Who knows? I mean, he's a fantastic player. Of course, most notably, I mentioned before that Forsyth actually allowed that block, that field goal block, that would have won the Broncos the game out in Kansas City last year. But, you know, seeing him go down would have sucked pretty bad. Fortunately, he's back in there. But, of course, in that same vein, of course, Kansas City, when they were out here, I want to say that was week 14, they actually had a touchdown where Frank Crum ended up blocking their extra point. And that was very key in the Broncos actually winning that game. So, you know, for me, I know that's talking about him blocking a field goal, and they're helping him off the field. They're helping Bowles off the field. Oh, hopefully this isn't major. He is going into the blue tent, but man, and I think someone else is already in there, so that's really not good. But hopefully he's able to come back. It is 3rd and 4. Bo does actually get the first down, and he's actually getting a bit more. I think he did step out of bounds somewhere, but he does manage to scramble for the first. But yeah, I mean, we're going to see what we're going to get out of Frank Crum here. And it's absolutely huge because, yeah, the pressure kind of got in rather quickly there. And, yeah, he does step up somewhere there. I'm not sure where that's at, but either way, yeah. I think he probably would have housed that if he'd have watched his feet. But either way, 1st and 10 on the Bronco 31. But yeah, this is going to be the test right here. And he's actually doing pretty good as Crum. And actually, maybe not, because there's a flag on the play. Man. 4:56 left in the first half. Yeah. Oh, illegal shift. Okay. Wow. Okay, Troutman wasn't set. Hopefully he's able to get going today. He's actually 5 catches away from an incentive. I forgot what the number was. It's something like 150 large, but be really cool to see him get something going here, and I kind of feel like we might need to look to get him going right now. Either way, 1st and 15. And delay handoff is to RJ. He might have lost a yard. Ah, man. Well, not what you want to see there, but either way, this is kind of what I was concerned about. I said this earlier. Every time there's been an injury timeout, this has kind of led to the Broncos' offensive drive stalling out in some way, shape, or form. And it seems like we're in danger of that again. It's 4 minutes and counting left in the first half, 2nd and 15. And, well, actually looks to get it over to Ingram, but it's not only is Ingram covered, but he actually tried to lead him a bit more than what he should have. So to be 3rd and 15. 3:46 remaining in the first half. Well, that's funny. I'm seeing a bunch of stuff for my fantasy team. I don't even know how it even matters. My team did so bad this year. 3rd and 15. And he actually gets the dump off to Ingram, but he's only getting a yard with that. I don't know why we got to do so many dump offs. I mean, we've done well with those, but I don't know. Oh, wow, Khalil Mack is dressed, but he hasn't been out there. I didn't even realize that. He must be out there for emergency situations, and certainly understandable, because a few Chargers have definitely gone down with an injury here and there, or at least one in particular. That was Dante Jackson. I'm not sure if he's back, but now Crawshaw's out to punt. And yeah, that's not going to be very good. That's going to be at about the 39, maybe even the 40. I'm not sure where they're spotting this. Oh, wow. Surprisingly, it's at the 38. Wow. I figured they would have actually been closer. Well, I mean, that's pretty close to the 40, but I figured that would have been the 39, 40-yard line. But not a very good punt by Crawshaw, and he's had some of those this year. I mean, he is a rookie, and he is kind of learning the NFL way of punting, I guess. But nonetheless, Chargers starting their drive, 1st and 10 on their own 38. And wow, somebody got there. That's Benito. And Lance is able to escape for the first down. That was actually really good by Lance. I mean, Benito I don't know. He got a hand on him. I'm not really sure how he didn't actually bring him down. He got a hand on his helmet. Wow. But he wasn't able to wrap him up. Ah, man. See, that's the kind of shit we don't need to be seeing. Bad tackling. Either way, 1st and 10, 2:20 and counting left in the first half. Chargers on their own 48. They do sort of an RPO, and it doesn't really gain more than a couple of yards. That's Keenan Allen on the play. Yeah, not really liking the way that went, but whatever. It's going to tick down to the 2-minute warning, so I'm going to go ahead and step away here for that, and we'll be back for the last 2 minutes of the half. Alright, we're back. Chargers have the ball 1st and 10 on their 48, and the dump off looks to be a receiver screen. That's actually Allen again. He picks up another couple of yards. It's going to be 3rd and 6 now. Oops. Get this right. And we got an update. Arizona and Los Angeles. Wow. Nice fade route throw from Matthew Stafford to Puka Nacua. That is really, really nice. Definitely what you would expect from the Rams. I mean, what can I say? It's nothing short of fantastic when it comes to the Rams. I mean, that's a potential Super Bowl opponent, and yeah, they're going to be tough to deal with. Of course, Broncos used their first timeout, so minute 55 left in the half. Trey Lance in the shotgun. I think we're keeping up better now. 3rd and 6. And Lance actually gets it. I think that's Allen again, but he's going to be short. So that's interesting. One ref has it as a 1st down. I don't know. That's short. Yeah, I think that's going to get some replay assist going. I mean, I think that's what's going on. It looks like it's replay assist. Or no, it's a booth review. I mean, yeah, I can't see how he got the first based on that angle. That's really interesting. Well, either way, it's under review. I'm thinking that's got to be coming back, though, so it's not going to take very long. I mean, that's really, really interesting. Wow, so it is 4th and 1. I guess they're going to try to go for it. Well, 4th and 1, ball on the 43. Wow, Hassan Haskins is actually playing. Okay. Yeah, they literally made it 4th and 1. That's really interesting. Well, this is interesting. Minute 33. I don't know what's taking so long, but... So they wanted to put it at a minute 40 or a minute 50. 10-second runoff will make it a minute 40, and it's 4th and 1. That's interesting. I mean, that's really weird, but whatever. Anyway, 4th and 1. Single back formation, full back motioning over to the right. And Haskins is going to get the first down. He actually... Oh, wow! Oh. I guess it seemed like Haskins fumbled, but he was down. And Ellis was about to be off to the races. But either way, Chargers managed to get the first down conversion. So, yeah, I mean, just is what it is. Wow. Oh, wow, we got a false start. We got a false start. So it's going to be 1st and 15 with 54 seconds left in the half. Well, be really huge for the Broncos to get a stop on this drive. They do start the second half with the football. And just so that I let y'all know, I am going to be stepping away for halftime. I'm going to get some tomato soup going. I'm definitely needing to eat. I actually haven't really eaten today, so going to be working on that during the half. But either way, yeah, just wanted to get that out there right off. But 1st and 15. Oh, we're just now getting the call from the ref. I don't know what it is. Things seem to be happening with such a delay. I don't know if it's just the way that the broadcast is coming through or what, but, like, I don't know. Like, this is a bit weird. Either way, 1st and 15 with 44 seconds, so we just got another 10-second runoff for some reason. And the clock is moving. I didn't realize the clock was even going. 1st and 15, and of course, Gadsden gets the ball. He actually gets to about the 29, I believe. No, the 39, excuse me. But he does get out of bounds, so the Chargers will stop the clock with about 33 seconds. And it's 2nd and 9. right, 2nd and 9. And Lance actually gets it to DeAndre Lambert-Smith. That looks like it's about 4 or 5 yards, maybe 6. It's going to be 3rd and 3 regardless. Didn't seem like he gained a whole lot on that, but either way, Chargers do use their second timeout, as it'll be 3rd and 3. Oh, man. Wow, 7 of 7 for his last throws, but started 1 for 8. That's not bad. 3rd and 3, however. Ball on the Denver 33. And they're going to get the first down. Wow, they're going to get to about the 25, 24-yard line. That's Keenan Allen, of course. All right, so somehow we're already at 2nd and 10 with 15 seconds left. Wow. Well, they're well within field goal range, so at the very least they're going to come away with 3 points unless Cameron Dickey has yet another disaster like he did last week, missing an extra point. And actually, I think having a field goal block. Wow, that should have been picked. Oh, that was Riley. Oh, what a break on the ball by Riley, and he knows it. Either way, it's going to be 3rd and 10. Oh, wow. He kind of telegraphed that to Keenan Allen. Oh, man. That would have been 6 again. That would have been 6 again. Wow. 3rd and 10. 11 seconds left. Ball. Oh, man. Ball again on the Bronco 25. Oh, wow. There are some coverage switches, but there's going to be stoppage. Flag might be down. Delay a game on the Chargers, so that's going to be 5 yards, and it's going to be 3rd and 15 now. Wow. Yeah, like I talked about my video, like I said before, I'll have to check to see if my mic wasn't muted. But yeah, the crowd's doing their job. And they're making it tough. They just suffered a delay of game, so you certainly can't go wrong with that. Man. But man, that would have been a hell of a play if Riley would have picked that. And, of course, wow! Chargers are going to get the first down. Hell of a throw by Trey Lance there. I believe that's Thornton Smith, but he's slow to get up. Ooh, and he's hobbling. He's hobbling. That can't be good. That cannot be good. Yeah, he might have hit the turf a little hard with that leg. That's always going to suck. That's absolutely going to suck. But either way, out of the injury timeout, it's going to be 1st and 10. With the Chargers on the Denver 11. So we're going to see what they're able to do with this here. But hopefully for Thornton Smith's sake, he'll be all right. I mean, and they're definitely going to commercial, so we'll see how long this goes. This could end up being huge because, again, Chargers being hit with that injury bug yet again, and it's showing. I mean, they just, I don't know. It just doesn't seem to get too much better for him in that regard. And that's going to be tough being a wild card team going on the road in the playoffs. You're going to want everybody you can have available. especially because depending on where they go, we're thinking, provided the Broncos win today, we're thinking either the Patriots, the Jags, or maybe even the Ravens or Steelers, depending on the winner of tonight's game. I mean, a lot still yet to be decided, and all of that again will completely take form by the end of the night. So I imagine at that point, oh wow, yeah, they had to help him off the field like Bowles had to be helped off. A lot of bodies going down today. Going to be really important for the Broncos to hold on here, and I guess Dicker's going to go ahead and take the 3 for the Chargers. And it seems they moved the ball back a yard as it's 1st and 10 on the 12. Alright, so he gets the 3 points with 3 seconds left. So, Chargers bring it within a score. I mean, man. Obviously, they're going to take a knee and go into halftime, but yeah, I feel like Broncos have done a real good job in only allowing that to be the first score of the game for the Chargers. I'm actually pretty happy with that right there. I feel like that's got to be good. I'm thinking second half adjustments ought to be able to lead to the Broncos hopefully pulling away. And maybe at some point we start seeing the starters sit as well. I mean, I guess we'll find out in the second half, but of course, Chargers are going to kick it off, and maybe it'll be returnable. We'll see. And it's not going to be. So, yeah, Broncos are definitely going to take a knee here, but really and truly, yeah, defensively, I feel like things are going the way that you want it to, the way that we want it to here in Broncos country. Offensively, I think we needed to pick up. I feel that's very obvious at this point, especially all the mishaps from not only the Jags game, but the fact that the Chiefs kept it close and they had second and third stringers going for them with Travis Kelce. Yeah, not overly thrilled, but definitely happy with the lead. But we're going to need to see better. Again, Denver gets the ball to start the second half. Again, I'm going to go ahead, step away because I'm going to get some soup going. And I'll see y'all in the second half. Alright, it seems we're already back, but I'm still getting my soup together. It's 1st and 10, and oh my god, the ball is batted down. First play of the game, wow. Hell of a way to see that start, but either way, it'll be 2nd and 10. Alright, I really couldn't tell who that was just now. But either way, 2nd and 10. Anyway, bear with me a bit as it's 2nd and 10 right now. Handoff is to Harvey. Looks to have gained about 6 yards. I don't know if I like the way this is starting. I'm going to be right back because I'm going to see if my soup's ready. Alright, well, clearly we're no longer in intermission, but of course, Broncos obviously get the 3 and out, as you can see here based on the scoreboard. Again, I think that there's a delay in my feed for this game, so I don't know. But either way, we're going to go from the intermission screen to be right back, because I'm still getting myself together with this soup and everything. So yeah, just stick with me. I'm going to keep the mic on muted for right now, though. But I'm going to keep the BRB screen up for the moment. Looks like the Chargers drive is starting. And they've actually got the ball on their own, I guess 12. And pitch, I think, is to Palmer, or I think that's Palmer. Yeah, he only picks up a couple yards either way. That might be Haskins. Oh, wow, and now we got Wazarike down. Wow. That's all we need to see is more of our guys going down, but regardless, well, I don't know if this is as warm as I want it to be. But yeah, we got yet another injury timeout, so for now I'll just keep the BRB screen up. Especially because I may have to take this back up and warm this up some more. Oh, come on. And I'm going to try not to make a mess of myself in the process. Damn. All the more reason I got to keep the BRB screen up. Try not to mess up this shirt too much. Either way, it's nothing that getting it washed won't fix. Probably start some laundry tomorrow if nothing else. Wow, dude. Okay, I think that's about on point now. Fortunately, I won't have to go much anywhere. Hell yeah. I think I put the right amount of spice into that. Definitely the right amount, boy. Alright. I'm still here, of course. It's now the start of the no, this is the second and 8, excuse me. Yeah, we were coming out of that injury timeout. Oh, somebody had him, and he's going deep. He looked at Allen, but of course Key was there, but Lance overshoots that. It's going to be 3rd and 8. Well, yeah, y'all see it either way. Huge 3rd down coming up here. Wow, and apparently, as you can probably see, Broncos already got the ball back. So clearly they're getting this stop right here, 3rd and 8. And they're barely going to get the snap off. And Lance throws it over to Trey Harris, but it's not quite getting there. So, as you obviously see, it's going to be a punt for the Chargers. Wow, wild. That's kind of crazy. Yeah, that was actually a bit underthrown. So I don't think, even if he'd have gotten there, that Bronco defender, which I think was McMillan, would have gotten a hand on it, and I think he did anyway. And this is not a very good punt. It's going to get to about the Bronco 38. Fortunately, their coverage is pretty good. Either way, I'll be keeping this screen up because we're obviously getting a commercial break. But yeah, still working on the soup here, so bear with me. Wow, Wolverines number 2 in the country. In basketball, that is. Okay. First and 10. And Bo's going to actually scramble, is going to pick up about 8 yards. I don't know how we're not getting a flag because, well, I mean, he did give himself up, but I kind of feel like Marlowe Wax still got a bit of a shot in when he shouldn't have, but whatever. And if I noticed it correctly, I couldn't see. I thought I saw Frank Crum out there still. So it kind of makes it seem as though Garrett Bowles may not be coming back in this game. Oh no, Bowles is out there. Excuse me, I'm mistaken. The handoff is to McLaughlin. He's eating a bit, and he's going to get to about the 35 if I'm not mistaken. Hell of a run right there by Jaleel. And when I say hell of a run, I mean a short yardage run. Yeah, see, this is where I gotta stay off the camera, and I'm actually stepping away for a second. I'm gonna still be right back, but we're gonna keep everything as is. I hate that I'm doing that right now. Oh, play fake. Oh, and he finds Ingram deep. It's about time he started. Damn! Holy hell, I step away and we're already inside the 10. Third and goal, however. Excuse me. Guess it's obvious what I was just doing, but anyway. Especially with the time. How the hell did he overshoot RJ? I mean, I get he was trying to get over that hand. Over that defender. Damn. Damn it. Either way, it knocks back out and hits a field goal. Broncos back up to 10. Or Broncos lead back up to 10, excuse me. Damn. Woo! Okay, there we go. There we go. Now we're good, I think. Still gonna be a second before I come back on camera. Like I said, I'm making a bit of a mess of myself with the soup here, but either way. All right. Oh boy. Damn. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure something out with this. I made this a little too spicy, I think. That's kind of the thing. Oh man. Either way, really good drive there. I gotta say, I don't know why Bo had. I mean, obviously he had to throw over the defender's hands, but I feel like he could have just hit the pump fake and probably found a way around that dude and still would have been able to hit Harvey, and Harvey probably would have been more likely to score it that way. But I mean, more points on the board at least. I guess there's that, but not really thrilled all together. Would like to see actual offensive touchdowns. Jaquan McMillan still has the lone Bronco touchdown. Literally the lone touchdown of the game, period. Woo-wee, goodness. And as far as what I said earlier about what I was just doing, of course, we're here in Denver, Colorado. This is a legal state, so just wanted to make sure I pointed that out, by the way. But anyway. Oh, man. All right, kickoff is off. I'm not sure who that is on the return, but he's going to get a little past the 30 to about the 32, maybe the 33. Oh, that's Patterson. Okay. So you'll get the Chargers to about the 32, 33 yard line there. Wow. PJ Locke is questionable, but for the Chargers, Bud Dupree, who I didn't even realize was playing, and Lambert Smith, I guess I might have been messing his name up, but Lambert Smith is also questionable as well. Wow. And they got another Charger coming off the field. I think that's Wilkerson or Wilkinson. Can't really tell, but that's definitely not good. Either way, 1st and 10 Chargers. Yeah, handoff. I want to say that's Patterson again. No, that's Vidal. Okay. So he is actually active. That's good. Well, for them anyway. They need everybody they can get that's available. Well, either way, 2nd and 7. And of course, as they're pointing out, Denver will... Well, yeah, either way, y'all seen that graphic. But anyway, 2nd and 7. And Bonito should have brought him down. What the hell? And Lance gets away. He might have gained a yard. Wow, how did Benito not bring him down? Wow, how the hell? That should have been his first full sack of the game. I don't know what the hell, how he did not bring Trey Lance down there. Wow, that's very hard to believe. Unbelievable. Well, anyway, 3rd and 5 here. And Allen gets the catch, but I think he's short again. I know they're not going to give him the first down again, are they? Oh, the ball. Ooh, but I don't know if that's enough to overturn it because he still has hands on it. Ooh, it's moving around a lot, though, on the ground. Oh, wow. Oh, I think they challenged it. Peyton challenged it. Wow. Okay, it's the Chargers that are challenging it? So they're trying to challenge it to be a first down. This is going to blow up in Harbaugh's face, I think. Yeah, because he'll roll over. The ball's on the ground, and he doesn't have full control of it. That's going to be an incomplete pass. Or maybe not, I don't know. He might have faked it enough to where he still gets it, but either way, that probably is still going to be 4th and 1. Because I'm not seeing A, where he's past the first down marker, and B, I don't know that that's a catch. I really don't know that that's a catch. I guess we'll find out in a moment here, but wow. Crazy play there. And we're going to see where this ends up going. So that's going to be 4th and 5. That'll force them to punt. Oops. Damn. I'm going for the wrong shit. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and come back on camera here. I don't want to be off camera this long. My apologies, y'all. Wow. Okay. At least that's working. Alright. Oh my god, wow. Okay. At least if that's what I think is happening. Oh my god, what the fuck? Anyway, let's see what's gonna happen here. You gotta be shitting me. They won the challenge with that shit. Oh, wow. He's $750K richer for it, though, so good on him, but wow. That's a shit call. That's a shit call. Anyway, 1st and 10. Chargers on their 41, and Ellis is getting there, but somehow Lance is just able to get away. I don't think he gained anything, but I don't know how the fuck they ruled that a catch. And on top of that, they gave him the first. Because here's the thing. Riley's going to contact him. He, if anything, possesses the ball where he's short of the fucking marker. That's unbelievable, dude. That's bullshit. And I'm not sure who that is, but he's stuffed. I think that's Vidal. No, that's Patterson. Man, they seem to be the same body types, apparently. Put the shirt back on. Man, damn, man. I don't fucking get that. How the fuck? Like, that makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. But anyway, 3rd and 8. Oh, man. They got a bit of a T-bone shotgun. And we're getting there. That's Justin Stranad coming through. Good to see you, boy. And it's 4th down. Let's go. Hell yeah. Wow. Yeah, they definitely force shit in the other way. That is... See, there's something I meant to mention earlier. Vance Joseph is actually going to be a candidate for some head coaching jobs. As, of course, we're all aware, tomorrow is going to be Black Monday. And a lot of head coaches are probably going to be without a job tomorrow. Namely, guys like, unfortunately... Oh, wow! Mims picking up a big return on the punt. But, wow, it's going to be first and 10 on the Denver 45. Love that. But, what I was going to say is... Tomorrow's Black Friday. And unfortunately, guys like Raheem Morris in Atlanta and Todd Bowles, down in Tampa, are likely going to be fired. Let's just be real. Both of them missed the playoffs. Same could be true. I feel like a lot of people have been making an argument, and a fairly strong one if you want to believe all that, but a lot of people believe that at least half of the AFC North division will be fired tomorrow. I don't have a doubt there's a good chance of that, as Bo Nix is sacked on 1st and 10. Anyway. But yeah. There are going to be some coaches. We get the Ramondre Stevenson highlight for 35-yard rushing touchdown. I mean, that can't help Mike McDaniel down in Miami a whole lot. That's another name that could be gone. But yeah, there's pretty strong argument. At least half of the AFC Central, or AFC North, it was the AFC Central at one point, but the AFC North coaches, half of them are going to be out of the job. And Bo finds Bryant, and he looks to pick up a lot of the yardage that was lost on a sack, maybe even a bit more than that. But, yeah, there are going to be some vacancies come tomorrow, and you got to believe that Vance Joseph is an absolute top-tier candidate for every last one of them, should he decide to pursue that particular option. I'd like to think with the way things are going here in Denver, one way or another, especially should the Broncos win the Super Bowl, it'd be hard for him to want to leave, I imagine. But anything's possible. I mean, I guess it just depends on the offer. Wow, what a dump off. That's Sutton. And he's not going to get the first down, but he picks up a good 4 or 5 yards. Wow. Excuse me, man. I gotta say that actually worked out really well, because that was kind of a broken play from the start. But I feel like this is getting to be one of those things where, yet again, it just seems as if Peyton seems to have this thing to where do just enough to win and we're good. And that's probably true. I mean, at the rate things are going, we're probably fine. I'm not counting on that entirely because there's an awful lot of time, even with 3.5 left in the third quarter. But, oh, wow. Wow. Somehow that still managed to get in the end zone, as it'll be a touchback. Yeah. Oh, okay, those are Coach of the Year candidates. Excuse me. I thought that graphic was coaching candidates, but yeah, Sean Payton, Mike McDonald, Ben Johnson, Liam Cohen, Kyle Shanahan, interestingly enough, Mike Vrabel. I think all of those are obvious choices. I'm a little interested in Kyle Shanahan, however, being in that category, but I mean, they're not wrong for having him in that graphic. I certainly wouldn't mind, or I wouldn't have anything against him winning. I don't think that's going to be the case, but I can see the argument. Either way, it's going to be 1st and 10, Chargers with the ball on their own 20. And it's a handoff, and that's Vidal. He's going to pick up a pretty good chunk, about 5 or 6 yards. Maybe even 7. Wow. That was a pretty strong run there. Yeah, really important drive here. Hopefully we're able to keep the Chargers from making it into the end zone. I mean, I think keeping them out of the end zone is just going to be incredibly important at this point, but I don't know. Either way, 2nd and 3, less than 3 minutes in the third. And the handoff is again to Vidal. He's going to pick up a couple yards. Going to be a little short of the first down. So, yeah. Let's see what winds up happening on this play here, because I feel like it's just a really good drive or a really good point to get the stop on this drive with 3rd and 2. And again, according to the scoreboard, we're going to get it, so, or get the stop. And yeah, they're, well, I don't know. That's interesting. So apparently, don't ask me how, according to the scoreboard, but that you see, yeah, I don't know. But Lance just got the first down, apparently. I don't know how. I'm kind of baffled here. There are actually an awful lot of things about this game that has me baffled, but nonetheless, 1st and 10. Ball on the Charger 31 with a minute, getting to be a minute 30 and counting in the third. Lance dropping back, and Stranad actually stops it. Maybe I misread that, because just checking here. Oh no, okay. Maybe I was mistaken there. Because the Broncos, not only didn't they get the stop, well, I don't know. Either way, 2nd and 10. Oh wow, they go to Vidal again. He only picks up about a couple of yards. And apparently Justin Stranad's working for Player of the Game honors. And I don't mind it, don't get me wrong. I'll be very happy with that kind of performance out of him at this point. 3rd and 9, getting to be a minute left in the third quarter. Lance again in the shotgun. Got a back in the backfield. I'm thinking that's Vidal. And the pass is overthrown. It is incomplete. Chargers will punt with 45 seconds left in the third quarter. I mean, Stranad's just getting it done today. I'm not sure. Like, he's just coming to play. That's all I can say on that one, and I'm definitely here for it. But either way, Chargers going to be back to punt. Mims is back to receive. Wow, 130 yards for with a total of 45 plays. That's crazy. And of course, Mims fair catches it at about the 20, might even be on the 19. Wild card weekend, the 10th and the 11th. Wow. Okay. And the 12th as well. ABC, ESPN getting a Monday night game again. So even though we've got the last regular season game for Monday Night Football, yeah. All good here. That's all I'll say on that. Nonetheless, 1st and 10. Broncos with the ball actually on the 19. I formation is showing. 37 seconds left in the quarter, and the handoff is to RJ. They try to get him in the backfield, but he eludes it. He only managed to get a couple of yards, and that's actually going to take it down to the 4th quarter. So, wow, Marlowe Wax on the stop. I got to say, this is probably at the point to where, I mean, you still got starters out there. Obviously, they've been keeping it close, but if the Broncos can get a score here, you got to wonder, is there a point where guys start sitting down? I mean, it's going to be really interesting to see, as it is now time for the 4th quarter. The Broncos are taking a 13-3 lead into the 4th, and things are looking pretty good as far as locking down that number 1 seed. So with that in mind, I'm going to go ahead and step away for this quarter break. We'll be back. Okay, clearly that didn't work out. I had to run to the bathroom, and I guess I was gone long enough to have missed all that. But anyway, wow. 3 and out again. Oh boy. Gonna be really interesting when I get the post game video recorded. Ay ay ay. Here we go after another disappointing 3 and out. Well, 1st and 10, Chargers on the 24. Okay, hold on here. Let's see what happens. Again, 1st and 10, Chargers on their own 24. Oh, Benito gets there! Strip sack, and the Broncos got it! They got it in the red zone. Let's go! Wow, Jones, I'm not sure who that is exactly. That had to have been someone we had on the practice squad. But the Broncos come through with another turnover. Hell yeah, finally! Wow. God, he had that dude beat, too. Shades of Von Miller, baby. Let's go. Oh, that is beautiful. That is beautiful. Wow, hell yeah. Broncos ball. And again, it's in the red zone. Wow, 2-0 on the turnover ratio. Hell yeah. There hasn't been nearly enough of that. Wow. Let's go. Ball on the 20. And Nick's having to roll out. He dumps it off dangerously, tries to hit Mims, but a Chargers defender was there, so fortunately that worked out. And again, it's good to see Garrett Bowles is still out there. But wow. Wow, that actually should have been picked. That actually should have been picked. Jesus, man. 2nd and 10 on the 20. My God, wow. Harvey in the backfield. Along with Mims. Mims motioning out. Looking like he's going in the slot. RPO type move. He hands off to Harvey. But he's not really going to go anywhere. He's going to lose a yard, actually. Wow. Oh, my goodness. Like, yeah, they're booing because they're doing goofy shit. What do you think, Romo? Shit. Oh my god, like, I don't get this shit sometimes. This drives me enough. Again, Peyton is at a point to where he's doing just enough to win the game, but man, this is getting a bit ridiculous. 3rd and 11, however. Oh, wow. Timeout Chargers, so they don't even get the playoff. Golly. That's not promising at all. Excuse me again. I'm sorry. Kind of wild. There's been this thing recently. I don't know if y'all have had to deal with it, but I haven't really, well, up until maybe a few days ago, I haven't really been sick, but I actually did have a bit of something for about a day and a half. I'm definitely since over that. I was actually going, I think, into the weekend. But, yeah, it's been a thing to where, even though I'm not sick, I've had it to where I've been coughing. Certainly, habits of a sort don't help, we'll say. But, yeah, it's just been real weird how that's been working out. But I'm starting to think I might be getting rid of that. And Bo is sacked for a loss of 1 yard. Ay, ay, ay. How do we fuck that up? Like, honestly, I mean, I'm not going to act like the Chargers' pass rush hasn't been doing a good job considering, but I mean, oh, God, we really got to get serious here. Well, that's with another field goal, though, so it'll be 16-3, but this isn't going to work. This seriously is not going to work, especially going into the playoffs. I mean, the beauty of this is, and I feel like I said this in one of the recent videos, back in 2015, the Broncos ended the season going against the Chargers at home. It's the same thing here, and the Broncos are still up. I mean, they haven't trailed at all, period, throughout the game. I mean, the only score that the Chargers got was late in the first half with the Cameron Dicker field goal, and that was actually the only time the Chargers have actually been able to get into the red zone. Otherwise, that offense hasn't really done anything. It's actually, I'm not going to call it a duplicate of Christmas night. It's along the same lines, unfortunately. The defense is doing a much better job considering, especially forcing 2 turnovers, one of which a pick 6, which again still remains the lone touchdown of the game. But I mean, I even got Broncos Breakdown live stream up. He's even got the question up, thoughts on fans booing the Broncos. I mean, if I were there right now, I'd be fucking booing too. I just don't get it. Like, I seriously do not get that. I mean, I keep saying this. Peyton keeps trying to make it to where he does just enough to win the game. We can't keep doing this shit. I really hope that, given that the rate things are going, we're going to be locking up the number 1 seed. I really hope he starts opening it up when we get into that divisional round. Because this, to me, does not look like winning football. But then again, it's similar to what we got in 2015. I didn't think that was winning football either, yet we still won. I don't know. Anyway. Wow. So the Panthers, that's another crazy thing. Panthers actually got the NFC South division with the Falcons beating the Saints today. So now there's still a prospect that, much like 10 years ago, we got Panthers-Broncos in Super Bowl 60. That's insane. That is insane. Anyway, 1st and 10, and they really didn't gut a whole lot, although there's a flag down. 11:36 left in the game. An eligible man downfield. Wow. Not often you see that like that. Of course, he was working a rollout and a bootleg rather, and of course, as it said, like, guys are gonna be blocking, linemen will be staying in place for only so long, and yeah, it just took Trey Lance a little too long to get the ball off. Either way, 1st and 15. I'm thinking that's that's incomplete pass, as it'll be 2nd and 15. It was a little bit confusing, but Riley Moss on the coverage. That was Keenan Allen. That was the intended receiver. But that at least is the good news. The defense is still balling. I mean, even if it's just 2 turnovers, I'm happy that they've even forced turnovers to begin with. So that's a huge plus right now, and I'm not going to complain too much beyond that. 2nd and 15, 11:20 left. Play fake. Lance actually dumps it off to Allen, and he's going to pick up the penalty yardage and a bit more. It's going to be about 3rd and 6 here with 11 minutes and counting. So realistically, okay, 3rd and 7. But realistically speaking, you know, as long as that's working out the way that it has today, the Broncos are in really good shape. And I actually tried to mention this. Again, I got to check to see if the mic was muted. I hope it wasn't. But in case you did see the video and you saw that it was muted, what I was trying to say is that all the trends, well, a lot of the trends from 2015, as I think we got a false start coming here. Yep, false start. Crowd's actually doing his job. Anyway, that's going to make it 3rd and 11, or 3rd and 12, actually, by the way. But what I was wanting to say is a lot of the trends from back in 2015 are actually unfolding almost the exact same way. Yet again, certainly incredibly similar. And, you know, it just, too many things feel right at this point. Pressure's coming. They almost bring him down. Lance somehow gets away. He's going to get the 1st down and a bit more. Quite a bit more. 10 more on top of that. So we actually got a 22-yard run to convert the 3rd and long. The longest offensive play of the day for the Chargers. Anyway, what I was going to say, however, is yeah, again, just the fact that we're playing the Chargers at home to close out the season, and the Broncos are still up right now, but at the rate things are going, even with that scramble, and Lance is going down again. Lance is going down again. That's Uwazurike, and that Jones guy was definitely there. I'm not sure who that is. I'm going to take a look at that real quick. But, yeah, I mean, what I was wanting to say is that all these trends are still coming together, but the biggest one that a lot of us haven't been thinking about is the turnover margin, which is actually at -5 for the Broncos. It was something along those lines back in 2015 too, because it was a subpar version of Peyton Manning that we had, and of course Brock Osweiler, who ended up having his fair share of turnovers as well. Anyway, 2nd and 18. I have no idea what happened there, but there's flags on the field. Another ineligible man downfield, apparently. That's kind of wild. Actually, we'll do this instead. Yeah, and Romo, as I just pointed out, Romo even called it. Like, it's certainly a thing of where I can understand if Peyton's not wanting to show all of his stuff. But, I mean, he better be ready to bust it out. He really better be ready to bust it out. That's all I'm going to say there. Let me see. I'm trying to... Oh, that's Savion Jones. How could I not see that? Oh, wow. I didn't even realize JFM was out. Okay. So that makes sense. Yeah. Savion Jones showing himself early. I love it. Let's go. Hell yeah. 3rd and 17. Lance dropping back. People are getting there, though, and somehow he's eluding these sacks. I don't know how he's been able to pull that off, but he's been doing a good job. He seems to get the penalty yardage back at the very least, but it's still going to be 4th down. 8.5 minutes left and counting. So surely this is 4 down territory for the Chargers. And we're going to see what happens here. Yep, 4th and 7. I'm definitely going for it. 8 minutes, 15 seconds left. You got to go for it if you're the Chargers, especially in this situation. You've done a great job of keeping it close to this point. 4th and 7. Ball on the Denver 42. And he dumps it off to Vidal, but he's going to lose yards on the stop. Pat Surtain is there. Turnover on downs. Less than 8 minutes to go. Let's go! Hell yeah! Dude is just on the job with it today, boy! Zach Allen should have actually brought him down, but he let up because he saw he was about to get the ball off, so he wouldn't get caught with roughing the passer the way he has before, so... Yeah, Broncos take over on their own 42, and the reigning Defensive Player of the Year coming through yet again. And P.J. Locke seems to be in good spirits. I don't know if he's been out there, but good to see he's doing okay for the most part. Either way, 1st and 10. Again, Broncos with the ball on their actually 44 apparently. He actually dumps it off to McLaughlin. He eludes a defender. Is going to get the 1st down and a bit more. He's going to get to past midfield. And I'm thinking that's got to be about the 44 of the Chargers. Wow. So McLaughlin flipping about 20 yards on that play there. Wow. Yeah, Broncos are definitely calling an awful lot of safe plays on this one. And it's actually going to be on the Charger 39, so more than 20 yards. Wow, only 113 passing yards at this point for Nix. He hands off, though, and that's McLaughlin again, who picks up about 6 yards. But, yeah, they're going for nothing but safe shit here. I think it's plainly obvious at this point. Yeah, all I can say is that I really hope Sean Payton opens it up come the divisional round, because if he doesn't, the Broncos absolutely can be had. And it looks like the Rams are going to be good to clinch the number 5 seed in the NFC. Hand off to Harvey, but he's only able to gain a yard at most. So, yeah, just all this safe shit right here. This little scamper up the middle for just a yard. Like, that shit's gotta go. That shit absolutely has to go, and there's just absolutely no excuse anymore. We gotta actually go full bore moving forward once we get into the divisional round. I mean, this is just, I don't know. I'm running out of things I want to say on that. Anyway, 3rd and 6. 5:15 counting left. Bo gets a snap. And he actually has to dump it off to Bidet as pressure's coming. And he's going to pick up the first and a bit more. He's going to get to the Charger 22. So, safe football's working. Safe football is still working right now. I mean, that's really all that can be said about that. But yeah, safe football for the win, I guess. See, even Romo acknowledges it. Safe calls. Literally a bunch of safe calls. 1st and 10, Broncos again on, well, now it's the 23. Toss over to Bidet, and he actually picks up a couple. Interesting they went to him there. Oh, that was... Alright, I see. Cool, okay. Just over here taking a look at the reveals for Ultimate Team, Madden Ultimate Team tomorrow with the finale, I guess, of the Collector Series, so... Guess I'm looking forward to that? I don't know. Anyway, 2nd and 9. Oops. Anyway, 2nd and 9. Yeah, and they're talking about that with Vance too. Like I said, they're going to be looking at him. A lot of openings are going to be coming up tomorrow. Anyway, 2nd and 9, Bo gets the snap. And he fires it over to Bryant, who's going to pick up the first down and just about gets to the 10. Ball's going to be on about the 11 or 12. Let me make sure of something here. Yeah, I should have figured. Okay. Alright, well, anyway. Alright, 3:30 and counting left in the game. And handoff is actually to Harvey. He's picking up a good chunk and is going to get about 7 or 8 yards on that. Easily his best running effort of the game. And that's not saying a whole lot when your best running effort is only 8 yards. But either way, Chargers are starting to use their timeouts, and for whatever reason, it's 2nd and 4, so I guess that was just a 6-yard gain somehow. Really interesting, but either way. And yeah, as expected, Patriots finishing off the Dolphins. So they got their win, but at the rate things are going, we're getting our win, so #1 seed is pretty much all but locked up at this point. And with 3:21 left in the game, even if we get the field goal, I mean, they're going to have to come back with 2 touchdowns and 2 two-point conversions, and I'm not seeing any signs of the Chargers actually being able to accomplish that. But either way, 2nd and 4. Wow, Bo's getting a lot of time, and of course he pays for it. Yeah, it was actually really good coverage. I mean, I don't know why he wouldn't have just. I mean, if he'd have went up the middle, he probably scores. Like, anyway, Chargers seem to have used their third and final timeout. I didn't think they used all three of them so quickly. Holy shit. Either way, 3rd and 8 with 3:13 left. Wow. Yeah, that statue is amazing. They're going to need the statue for the new stadium to be every bit as good, even better, really. But regardless, 3rd and 8, 3:13 as stated. Bo in the shotgun, and I'm thinking that's Bidet back there with him. Oh no, that's Harvey. He dumps it off to him on the screenplay, and he's not going to get the first. He will get to about the 4-yard line, so that's going to make it that much easier of a field goal. Oh, man. Unless they decide to go for it and try to pick up the first here. I mean, they'll certainly run a lot more clock that way with the Chargers using all 3 of their timeouts. Oh my God, would it ever have to be the biggest miracle ever? And it certainly wouldn't be a miracle, but more like a fucking disaster if the fucking Chargers found a way to pull that off. But not likely, highly unlikely. 2:26, the Broncos use their first timeout. And honestly, I'm fine with whatever Peyton decides to do here. If he tries to draw him off sides, cool. That pretty much ends the game. If he goes for it and they find a way to get the first down or even a touchdown, obviously even better. But worst case scenario, we'll just take the 3. And again, they'll need 2 touchdowns and both 2-point conversions on those drives. I don't see a hope in hell of that happening for the Chargers, but nonetheless, they bring out Will Lutz, and he hits a 23-yard attempt. So the score is now 19-3, and there's only 2:23 left on the clock. So let's see what Trey Lance is able to do here. And I love how the graphic has New England #1 just because they just went final. Enjoy that for the next 2.5 fucking minutes. Oh, man. Oh, that's funny. Like, they literally had to show that fucking graphic. They had to show that graphic like that. Just because they just went final. That is hilarious. That is so fucking hilarious. Well, either way, we already know where this stands, so whatever to that. Anyway, Broncos about to kick off. And wow, Raiders up late on the Chiefs, 11-9. Interesting low-scoring game there. Anyway, Lutz gets the ball off, and I don't think this is getting returned. Yeah, it's not. But anyway. Oh, God. I'm sorry, that shit's just funny to me. Like, Patriots fans get to enjoy being #1 for literally 2 minutes and 23 seconds. Oh my God. Anyway, 1st and 10, ball on the 35. And I guess we got a timeout from Denver. Oh my God, wow. Oh, wow. Oh my God, wow. Oh, that's so funny. Oh man, I wish I'd have clipped that. I wish I'd have clipped that. Oh man. I hope somebody on Twitter posts that. I need that. I so need that graphic. I really need that fucking graphic. Oh, that's so good. That's so good. Alright, here we go. We're finally getting a play. And Lance is going deep, but he overshoots his receiver. And that's Harris. But again, it's uncatchable than a motherfucker, so it'll be 2nd and 10 with 2:18 left. Wow. Wow. I hope to God not, but I think we'll be ready for that if it were to be Houston. I'd rather it be either the Chargers again or even Buffalo for that matter. I would feel a lot better going against Buffalo. But anyway, 2nd and 10, and I don't know how he's not being brought down. He overshoots Palmer and, of course, or Patterson rather, and that's going to make it 3rd and 10 with 2:12 left in the game. Well, excuse me. Yep. Oh, wow. Wow, Washington's actually beating the Eagles. That's crazy. And the Lions beat the Bears. Wow. Lance gets a 4-yard pass to Disley. Man, it'll be 4th down with the 2-minute warning, but wow. That's pretty crazy. Both Philly and Chicago managed to lose the last games of the season. I mean, I don't think it's really going to change much as far as the seeding in the NFC, but whatever. Either way, 2 minutes left to go in this one. Man. Well, if nothing else, I am definitely pleased to see, again, the turnovers that were forced in this game, and yeah, that would include the turnover on downs that the Broncos got to stop the Chargers on their previous drive. But more than anything else, I don't know. I guess I could say the vibe is there. I mean, the argument works in favor of the Broncos where that's concerned. Like I said, all of the same trends, or at least a lot of them anyway. And even, like, certain playoff placements, at least with the AFC, specifically where both the Broncos and the Patriots are concerned. Broncos will be number 1, Patriots will be number 2. I mean, it's strangely 2015 all over again. And I want to say it feels just as good. I'm thinking it does. But I don't know. I mean, I suppose I'm not going to complain so much anymore now. But I don't know. It's also kind of weird, too. It really is. But regardless, here we go. 4th and 4. It's going to be on the Charger 41. Let's just be safe. All right. Oh, man, and we got Country Road playing. Rest in peace, John Denver. Oh my God, is the crowd hype. And pressure's coming, but Lance is rolling out and he manages to get the 1st down. Wow. Wow. Alright, minute 50 left, or minute 53 left. 1st and 10 Chargers. I'm thinking they're about or maybe past midfield. Yeah, past midfield on the Denver 44. I mean, I'm not really sweating it too much. Wow. Got a quick dump off to the tight end. I think that, yeah, that's Conklin there. All right, 2nd and 4. Ooh. People were getting there, but Lance has to get it away, overshoots the shit out of Palmer, or Harris, excuse me. And it'll be 3rd and 4 with 1:29 left. Oops. Wow, Jake Bates at the buzzer to beat the Bears. That's insane. Wow. Wow. Man, the way they're pulling these first downs out of their ass is remarkable. But good on them, I guess. Of course, it's a dump off to Patterson that just gets past the marker. 1st and 10, minute 8 and counting, and play is stopped, actually. Oh, they spiked it, so I guess they didn't get out of bounds. Wow. Okay, I didn't realize that. Wow. Huh. Don't know how I didn't see that, but either way. Well, minute 7 left before we get the number 1 seed. Ball on the Denver 39, or 34 rather. And wow, McMillan was there, and so was somebody else. Incomplete pass. Wow. Let's see. That was obviously McMillan and... oh, God, I have no idea who that is. Apparently we're getting guys in that haven't been playing all year. That's crazy. I have no idea who 55 is. But nonetheless, it's 3rd and 10 with 1:02 to go. And... here we go. I'm not sure what's happening. It seems like it was a catch, but if it was, the Broncos just recovered. And if that holds up, that's likely game. And they're calling it catch fumble. Let's see if that holds up. That's interesting. That's very bang bang. I don't know. I'm hoping so, but if that sticks, Devin Key recovers, and his Broncos ball, that's going to be game. Well, it's game regardless, but it's definitive at this point. Oh, he does turn around. I don't know if he has control, though. Ooh. Yeah, I'm not sure if there was enough of a football move either, but... wow, yeah, it's an incomplete pass. 4th down. Alright. I'm not going to be mad at that because that just means this is the game. Well, it's already game, but this is the last chance for the Chargers right here. Alright, so 4th and 10, 58 seconds. And Chargers coming to the line. Disley motions to the backfield. And yeah, Denver's sending them. And the pass is complete. Harris is there for the first down. And they're going to be at about the 22-23 yard line. Wow. You got to give it to these dudes. They're hanging in there. And if I'm a team looking at Trey Lance potentially for next season, I'm liking the idea of bringing him in. But 1st and 10 on the 22. And Lance actually gets the ball to Harris again. He gets the first down. And I think they're inside the 10. So Chargers are going to go for a go-away or a throwaway score here. Although Lance is going to spike it. And it's going to be 2nd and goal with 38 seconds left. So really not a whole lot that's going to happen at this point. They're going to get a garbage time touchdown at best. And that's really going to be as good as it gets for them. Even if they're able to score a successful onside kick, the likelihood of them getting into the end zone with what I'd have to imagine is going to be about 20 seconds, maybe 25 at best, even with that kind of field position with a successful onside kick, I can't see them pulling it off. But either way, it's 2nd and goal on the 6 yard line. And Lance actually gets a touchdown throw, although there's a flag down. Davis is the recipient. And this is coming back, apparently. Illegal formation on the Chargers. That's huge. Do they get the runoff? Well, either way, it's a 5-yard penalty. Just in case. Wow, Vegas and Kansas City go final, 14-12 Vegas. Interesting. All right, 2nd and goal. Ball is actually going to be on the 11 now. 33 seconds left. I guess there was no runoff. Then again, it was a dead ball, so. And Lance flobs it up, but it's incomplete. Wait a minute, what? Hold on, no. No. There's no way. Oh, wow. No, he didn't survive the ground. That's incomplete. That's coming back. But if he would have kept it, he had the feet in. I didn't think he had the feet in. But he doesn't survive the ground when he gets out of the end zone. It's incomplete. Yep. So it's going to be 3rd and goal on the 11 with 29 seconds left. Wow. That would have actually been a great play by Harris. And man, just the way he got the feet in was so beautifully done. Amazing work there, but just wasn't able to hold on. Kind of a rookie thing there, as he is a 2nd rounder for the Chargers. I was kind of hoping that'd be someone Denver would pick up, but nonetheless, it's 3rd and goal now. And pressure's getting there, but Lance somehow gets it off. So it'll be 4th and goal at 22 seconds. All right. So this is definitively it right here, one way or another. Even if the Chargers score, at best, I'm thinking maybe 15 seconds. And that's provided they get a successful onside kick. But that's going to be asking a lot at this point. And Romo is right. It's never over till it's over, but even if they succeed, if they score here, that's probably as good as it's going to get. Oh, wow. Peyton got the timeout before the snap. Oh, wow. Wow. Okay. He barely got that timeout in if he did. And Clearly he did, but regardless, it's going to be 4th and goal on the 11 with 22 seconds left. That's interesting to see that timeout come as quickly as it did. I mean, I didn't even think he got it, to be honest, but clearly he did, so we'll be getting a play here in a matter of moments. Here we go, 4th and goal. Lance gets the snap. Ooh, somebody's going to get to him. He gets rid of it. Let's go! Let's go! Number 1 is sealed, baby! Number 1 is sealed! Yeah! All right. All right, let's go. And as they're saying on Broncos Breakdown live stream, the AFC runs through Denver. Let's go. And Bo takes the kneel down. That is it. Broncos will go to 14-3 and take the number 1 seed, securing a first-round bye in the playoffs. First time in 10 years for that. And of course, the last time that happened 10 years ago, well, you already know. You already know. I'll be reiterating that here on the post-game video. Hell of a game, though. Well, and alright, scratch that from the record. But anyway, hell of a win for the Broncos. Final is 19-3, and the Broncos actually get their first win against Jim Harbaugh in the Herbert-Harbaugh era. I understand Justin Herbert wasn't out there, but who cares? The Broncos actually lock up the number 1 seed. And now with that, the Chargers are the number 7 seed. The Houston Texans are going to be number 5. Buffalo will be number 6. And of course, we'll see what happens tonight with a final playoff spot, thus the AFC North being on the line for Sunday Night Football between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens. Wow. And of course, the NFC, Seattle locks down the number 1 seed. Chicago still number 2, even with the loss. Of course, they have the tiebreaker with Philadelphia, both at 11-6. And of course, Carolina eking in as Atlanta was victorious today. Wow. Crazy shit. Crazy shit, man. Incredible. But a great win for the Broncos. I mean, I don't know how you can go wrong with that. I'm certainly not going to act like I have any complaints. This is definitely a hell of a win. And shout out to the new follower on Twitch. I'm not sure who that is, but I guess we'll get to seeing who that is a little bit later. But either way, what a win for the Broncos. And that man right there had a huge hand in that. PS2. Fantastic stuff. Let's go. Number 1 seed once again, baby. Woo! Things you love to see out here in Broncos country. I'm going to go ahead and shut it down for right now because, again, I'm going to go ahead and do the post-game video. So look forward to that. Man. I guess I'll see y'all in 2 weeks. Maybe we do some hate watching next week. We'll see. Fuck it. Like I said, I'm going to try to push more vids out. And if I do well enough with that, maybe we get some game streams. Who knows? Or just some shit-talking live streams. Who knows? I might actually start doing that. I don't know, but either way, I'm going to be out for right now. I thank y'all very much for having come through today. Go Broncos.